Hello, and thank you so much for joining us on KREM 2 News at Noon. I'm Christian Garza. Laura has the afternoon off. Well, first, let's kick things off with weather and bring in meteorologist Thomas Patrick. Now, Thomas, I know this is expected to be the hottest day of the week, so I guess what can people expect as they go about their day?
Yeah, so today, Christian, another just hot day, matching, if not hotter than yesterday. So you use yesterday as a baseline. If you had to blast the AC in your home, you'll likely just be doing that again today, if not already, because our temperatures are already closing in on 90 degrees as of this noon hour. Certainly feel the unfiltered sunshine on the back of my neck here. We did actually get an expansion to the extreme heat warnings, that more severe of these two types of alerts, and that now includes Lewiston, southeastern Washington, and portions of central Washington, including Wenatchee and the Moses Lake area. But for Spokane, we retain that heat advisory for one more day. Again, at minimum, inconvenient outside. But for those that do have to be outdoors for the rest of this afternoon, it is going to be stifling hot outside. There's your current temperature at 86 degrees in Spokane, 87 in Deer Park, and 86 in Coeur d'Alene as well. Looks like the only 90s on the map over central Washington as we expect. I mean, it's 95 right now in Moses Lake. It would only take 5 more degrees to get to that 100-degree mark. So at 96, this will be our hottest day of the week. Looks like that is the forecast before things start to get on the other side of our heat wave, but it won't be quite so smooth sailing because we've expanded our weather impact alert day to Wednesday as well, this time for fire danger. So we'll have the latest on the red flag warnings that are expected to be issued in the region. So more details on that part of the forecast coming up.
Thank you, Thomas. We'll check back in with you in just a little bit. Well, at last night's Central Valley School Board meeting, they considered joining a lawsuit against Washington Superintendent of Public Instruction. The lawsuit is about its policy on gender inclusivity in schools, which includes sports. However, no decision was made. Instead, the school board voted to table any action and come back to it within the next few days. This is a story we've been covering for a while. Now, you may remember back in May, the school district filed a federal civil rights complaint against the state of Washington over conflicting policies on transgender student athletes here in Washington. Now, in the state, students are allowed to compete in sports based on the gender they identify as. The district worried by following state or federal rules, they could risk losing funding. Now, at last night's meeting, there were concerns the lawsuit will not actually happen.
The minimum number of districts that have to be signed on is 15. And if that number is not met, if that threshold is not met, nothing happens and it does not move forward. My understanding is, as of the last time that we were asking, there were minimal numbers of districts that had signed on.
The school board voted to table the letter of intent for a special board meeting. They did, however, pass their resolution to ask OSPI to follow the legal rulemaking process, claiming the state did not follow proper procedures when they created the gender-inclusive school policy and the student discipline policy. Now, KREM 2 did reach out to OSPI for comment, and we have not heard back. Right now, the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office is investigating a homicide north of Hayden Lake. Now, deputies say a person called 911 and reported he found an injured man on his property and blood on the front porch of his home. The injured man had traumatic injuries and died at the scene. Authorities searched the property for additional victims and a suspect, but nothing was found. The Sheriff's Office is still investigating. Now, back in Washington, teachers rallied outside the Mead School District office yesterday, fighting for new teaching contracts.
What do we want? A fair contract! When do we want it? Now!
School starts in just a few weeks, and teachers still have not renewed their contract. There are over 600 teachers in the district, and they've been waiting since May to negotiate. Teachers say they are dealing with excessive workloads and say they need more student safety and support for special education.
We are being asked to do more with less. And we are here for our students. We love our students. We got into this business because we love our students. And we want the district to recognize that we can't do the job that they are asking us to do.
In response, the Mead School District said in a statement, quote, "We remain optimistic about the progress we've made and are committed to reaching an agreement that supports our educators, sets our students up for success, and upholds our responsibility to be good stewards of taxpayer dollars." Now, if you want to help the family of Sergeant Kenneth Salis, the sergeant who died on duty, the man who the Spokane County Sheriff's Office is accepting donations for his memorial fund. Now, the Sheriff's Office says if you are interested in donating, you can go to any Canopy Credit Union branch. They are also accepting donations through Venmo. Now, you can see that QR code right up on your screen right now. Now, the money will help cover memorial expenses, and any leftover money will go to the Salis family.
The city of Spokane does not care if it kills a whole bunch of people. Look at that. That is the cable.
This video gaining thousands of likes and reactions online, and it has people questioning whether Spokane's overpasses are safe. The video and many commenters call out the city of Spokane for what they believe could be a death trap. However, this is I-90, which is maintained by the Washington Department of Transportation. KREM 2 reached out to WashDOT and State Bridge Engineer Evan Grimm, and he confirmed the bridge is safe, and if it wasn't, it would be closed.
The fact that you can see those is actually an indication of a healthy and robust bridge inspection program. What happens is that reinforcing steel, when chlorides and water get in there, it will start to rust, and that will pop concrete off. And so if it hasn't popped off yet, but it's starting to break away, that's called delamination.
WashDOT says they follow federal guidelines for bridge conditions, which fall under 3 categories: good, fair, and poor. The viaduct in the video is in fair condition, which means they're keeping track of cracks or breaks and repairing as needed.